calming effects. And when we learn to kind of feel the different currents, help those meet at the center and let them fully blossom and expand, it can lead to a lot of clarity, release, and also a sense of groundedness, which can be so helpful, especially as we find ourselves in times of uncertainty, new situations, and there's a tendency to become very contractive, drawing into ourselves, kind of this locked down, inner tense mode. So by tapping into the breath, we uncoil those patterns and allow for a bit more radiance and calm to come about. So start, as always, by finding a comfortable way to sit. Feel the sitting bones rooting down into your mat, into the earth. Very supported, grounded, anchored. And now lift up through the crown of the head. It's almost like the spine has this serpentine quality, rising up, becoming spacious. Let the eyes gently close if they're not already. And then just start to notice your breath. Without doing anything to change it or manipulate it. Just notice the way it feels as it moves in and out. And now start to deepen the breath, finding a little more fullness on the inhalations, letting the belly be soft. And equal length exhalations. And as you breathe here, notice on the inhalation how the body has this natural tendency to rise upward, expanding, making space. And observe on the exhalation how there's the natural pattern of softening, dropping down. So on every inhalation, the body rises. And on every exhalation, there's a sense of descension, softening downward. And now bring your attention to some opposite qualities also contained in the breath. On the inhalation, even as the body rises, the breath moves downward. Diaphragm dropping, compressing the lower organs. And as you exhale and the body softens downward, the breath moves back up and out. So as you continue to breathe here, just watch these currents of breath, feeling the motion of the body and the breath, balancing each other out. This harmonious dance. Now bring the hands together in front of the heart. And we'll chant Om 3 times together. Allow for a deep inhalation. And release the hands, open the eyes. So I hope you can feel a bit of that, these opposing patterns that we've been working with. So as the body rises, there's this downward dropping of breath. And as the body softens, the breath moves back up. So it's almost like this exchange happening right at the center line. And it has an effect on all the internal organs as you change the pressure there, as you make space, shifting things relative to each other. And of course, whatever we do with our body then affects our state of mind, affects our emotions, our entire experience living in the world at any given moment. So it can be very helpful to learn to utilize the breath to create these states of calm, of expansion, and get out of the tight, holding, coiled patterns. Extend both arms out to either side. Reach wide. Inhale, expand. Then exhale, round your back. Palms meet in the front. Again, inhale, expand, reaching up. Exhale, round. And stay with this movement, letting the breath and movement happen together. Now sit tall, hands to the knees. Start to move the ribs around the hips. Inhale as you come through the front of the circle. Exhale, round through the back. And reverse direction. Now sit tall in the center. Bring the hands to the shoulders. As you inhale, twist to the left. Exhale to the right. Now speed this up a bit. Come back to center. Now big circles with the elbows. Inhale up, exhale down. Reverse directions. Inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. Release the hands to the knees again. And now inhale, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears as tight as possible. Hold. Exhale, release. Drop them. Again, inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. One more. And now shift forward over the feet. Make your way to hands and knees, all fours. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Broad collarbones. Now on an inhalation, lift the crown of the head, lift the sitting bones, gentle back bend. And as you exhale, round the back, sink the hips to the heels. Again, inhale, rise up, feel the expansion pattern. Exhale, round, pulling back. Keep going like this. This time, stay with the hips to the heels. Let the forehead rest down in Balasana, the child's pose. A few deep breaths here. Feel the breath spread across the back of the chest, moving down towards the hips. Inhale, rise back to all fours. Tuck the toes, and on an exhalation, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And now slowly walk the feet all the way up to the hands, forward fold at the top of your mat. Bend the knees, feet about hip distance apart as you drape forward. You can grab opposite elbows or keep the hands down. Head and neck soften as the sitting bones float upward. Release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift, low belly drawing in, hollowing out. Exhale to fold. Now with bent knees, inhale, slowly roll all the way up. Lifting through the crown of the head at the top. And now step the big toes together to touch, heels an inch or two apart. Lift the toes up off the mat, spread them apart a little, and then set them back down. And now imagine rooting into 4 points of each foot. The inner ball of the foot, the outer ball of the foot, the outer heels, and the inner heels. So as you press into those 4 points, feeling them go deep into the earth, then try to lift the arches, a gentle floating up of the arches. As the arches become buoyant, there's a sense of lift up through the center of the legs, lifting through the pelvic floor, through the diaphragm, through the roof of the mouth, and all the way up through the crown of the head. And now shift the weight side to side, and forward and back. So you feel the weight shift across the feet. And try to find that point of perfect balance, perfect equilibrium between right and left, front and back. And when you find that, stay there in the center. Everything balanced. Samastitihi, equal standing. Close the eyes. And again, observe the breath here. Feel the natural upward rising, expansive movement of the body, even as the breath descends downward on the inhalation. And on the exhalation, watch how the body softens into the feet, rooting you as the breath flows up and out. And open the eyes. And we'll move into the flow of the breath. So as you inhale, let the arms rise up, giving full expression to that expansive pattern. And as you exhale, float the arms down, even as you lift through the crown of the head. The breath moves up and out. Again, inhaling, rooting into the feet, rising upward. Exhale, diving the arms down, lifting through the crown of the head. Once more. Inhale, arms rise. And this time, as you exhale, fold forward. Reach way out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, float the arms down, back to center. Again like that. Inhale to rise, rooting down. Exhale, dive forward. Release at the bottom. Inhale, uncoil. Lengthen the spine, bright through the heart. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach tall. And exhale, back to center. One more time like that. Full breath, full movement. And now we'll move into sun salutations, Surya Namaskar. Taking this movement into a more full expression, but still feeling these very basic, fundamental patterns of the breath. The expansive quality of the inhalation, and the softening quality of the exhalation. So standing again, equal standing pose. Hands to heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right leg back, look forward. Exhale, step the left foot back, empty of breath, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Exhale, left foot forward to meet it, folding. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, back to center, Samastitihi. Again, inhale, rise. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, left foot back this time. Exhale, right foot back, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, shoulders back, radiant heart. Exhale, hips high, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, right foot forward, fold deeply. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, back to center. So that makes one full round, leading with the right and then the left. We'll go through 2 more rounds at your own pace, letting the breath and movement happen together, giving full expression to the breath, feeling the body breathe. As you're ready, begin. When you finish, stand with the eyes closed. Bring the awareness inward. Feel the breath. Feel the heartbeat. Notice any changes. Notice any qualities. Just observe. And now release the hands. Bend the knees, reach down, skim the ground with your fingertips. And now stay here, really round your back so you feel the sitting bones dropping way down, belly's pulling in. So you get this hollow belly, so the sitting bones drop. So it's this very coiled pattern. Now keep the sitting bones drop, but start to lift the chest, lift the arms. And then as the arms lift, the heart becomes bright, reaching up. So you have this coiled pattern through the lower body, but this upward rising sense, combining these two currents of breath. Sink a little deeper on the exhalation, reach a little more on the inhalation. Deep inhalation. And exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and step back to a high plank position. Pause here in plank, pressing back through the heels, reaching the chest forward. Draw the belly in, feel a sense of lightness, hollowness, even as the fire starts to build through the center. Now slowly lower all the way to the belly. Flip the tops of the toes. Inhale for Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lower back down. Again with the breath, inhale to rise, Cobra. Exhale, lower. One more, inhale, rise. This time stay here. Pick up the hands a few inches. Shoulders drawing down and wide onto the back. Then press the feet into the mat, pinky toes pressing down, and try to spread and soften across the low back so there's no tension there. Belly drawing in as the heart reaches forward. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, lower the forehead down. Hips to heels, child's pose. Just a few breaths here, reset. And now inhale back to all fours. Exhale, downward dog, hips high. Spin the left heel down, step the right foot forward for Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Rooting into the feet. Feel the sitting bones drop heavy. And then inhale, lift up, rising out of that base. Now breathe here, every inhalation, letting the heart float. And as you exhale, sinking a little deeper into the legs, rooting, grounding. Deep inhalation. And exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back, lower down. Either drop the knees or go in one piece. Inhale for Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward dog, pull back. Spin the right heel down, step the left foot forward. Inhale, Warrior One, rise up, Virabhadrasana. So again with the breath, every inhalation to lift through the ribs. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Feeling these patterns of breath. Inhale to rise. Exhale, drawing the belly in. Deep inhalation. Exhale, lower the hands. Step back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale for cobra or upward facing dog, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog, pull back. And a few breaths here in downward dog. Hands are shoulder distance apart, feet are hip distance apart. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Let the head and neck be soft. And then press the hands forward into the mat, casting the weight into the fingers. So you could lengthen the arms as the hips reach even higher, creating space through the spine. And here too, every inhalation, feel the sense of expansion. And exhale, the grounding, softening. Bend the knees, look forward, bottom of an exhalation, step or jump top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Now inhale, lift up again, Utkatasana. Arms reaching, heart floating. And now hands to heart center. Keep the hips sinking deep. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow hooking across outside the left thigh. Press the palms, turn to look up over that left elbow. Every inhalation, spread the chest. Exhales, draw the belly in, twist across. Next inhalation, come back through center, hands to heart. And then straight into the second side. So left elbow anchors over the right thigh. Press the palms, gaze up over the right elbow. And then use the breath here. Inhales to expand the chest. Exhales, draw the belly in, twist the ribs. One more full breath. And on your next exhalation, return to center, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Touch tall. And exhale, back to center. Samastitihi. Close the eyes, bring the awareness inward. Notice whatever sensations are arising. Feel the breath. Feel the body. Then open the eyes. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, and then step the feet back to a high plank position again. Now pick up the right heel. So the right foot's floating a few inches up. Look forward, then see if you can reach the left arm forward. Really hug everything into the center. And lower down. Pick up the left foot. Find the steadiness here. And now, if possible, come to the fingers of the right hand or reach the right arm forward. And lower down. Then lower all the way to your belly. Let the forehead rest on the mat. Extend both arms out in front. Just take a few breaths here, softening into the ground. And now lift the right leg, left arm, reaching forward and back. Lower down. Inhale, lift the left arm, or left leg, right arm. Lower down. Now bring the hands behind the low back. Interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And on an inhalation, lift just the upper body. Keep the legs pressing down. Pinky toes rooting into the mat. So the low back is spreading and softening. Belly drawing in, chest reaching forward. And now lift the legs. Try to keep that inward spiraling of the legs. Making the whole thing long. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, lower down. Turn the head to one side, release the arms, and let everything soften. Now turn the head to the other side. Bring the head back through center, hands alongside the chest. Press your hips back to your heels, child's pose, balasana. Feel the support here, the comfort being folded into yourself. Everything at ease. And now walk the hands in towards the knees. Come up to a kneeling position, high on your knees. So you want the knees about hip distance apart, so hips are directly over knees. Again, lifting through the crown of the head. So it's just like the equal standing pose, but on your knees. But still lifting through the inner legs, through the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, the roof of the mouth, and the crown of the head. Now here, before even moving into any sort of a back bend, try to find a sense of the front of the hips narrowing so the legs roll inward towards each other. And a spreading and softening across the low back, softening through the glutes. So this will be very important for doing back bends in a comfortable, expansive way without crunching into the low back. The goal as we do back bends is to create an even distribution through the spine, spreading the curve along the entire back, rather than having one point where it just bends. This will make it more comfortable and really open a lot more potential in terms of the experience and the overall effects. So bring the hands to the hips now. And just feel this very subtle action as you roll the thighs inward towards each other. Notice how that narrows the front of the pelvis, spreading across the low back. Now keep that, but feel the belly lifting upward. And now continue that lift as if there's a golden thread lifting up from the center of your heart. Full inhalations to expand. And the exhalation is a little bit shallow, so you keep the lift. come back to center. Sit back to your heels. Take a few breaths here. Now we'll do it again, moving a little bit further this time into Ustrasana, the camel pose, if it feels right, or staying with the upward lifting that we just did. So again, hands to the hips or the low back with the fingers pointing out towards the sides. Roll the shoulders back. And now inhale, lift through the chest. Stay here, just lifting more on the inhalations. Or if it feels right, drop the hands back to the feet, which can be either tucked under or flat. And then as you grab the heels, again, inhales to lift the chest. Exhales, draw the belly in and up. See if you can soften across the low back. To come out, bring the hands to the low back. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, sit back to your heels. Pause for a few breaths here. And now one more time. Come back up to your knees, preparing for Ustrasana, camel pose. So be aware of what your body's feeling. If it feels right to go a little deeper, let that expand and express. If it feels like a bit too much or becoming crunchy or causing a sense of panic, back away. Go back to the very basic pose of just lifting up. So as you're ready, make your way in. Stay for about 5 breaths if possible. Always keeping the sense of upward rising. When you finish, again, sit back to your heels. Take a few breaths. And now shift both feet out in front to sit in Dandasana, the staff pose. Legs extend long, heels pressing into the mat, sitting bones rooting down, hands alongside the hips, lift through the crown of the head. Then draw the chin slightly back, drop it downward, Jalandhara Bandha. Inhale, the chest floats. As you exhale, the belly draws in and up. A few deep breaths here. Again, feeling these currents of breath, the pattern of expansion on the inhalation, even as the breath moves downward. And the pattern of softening on the exhalation, even as the breath flows up. Now lift the head, bend the knees, soles of the feet together with the knees out in a nice wide diamond. And walk the hands forward. Inhale, reach through the chest. And as you exhale, let yourself just soften over any amount. And now move the breath through the posture here. Inhales to back away just a little bit, finding length. And then exhale, soften down. Letting the pattern of breath move through the spine. Gently deepening without pushing. Just see where it goes. Inhale, look up, back away. And release the pose, sit up. Draw the legs together. Then legs out long. Cross the right leg over the left. Then either keep the left foot extended or bend the left knee, heel back alongside the right hip. Preparing for a twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right hand behind the back. Inhale, left arm to the sky. And as you exhale, round the back, curl across, wrap the left arm around the right leg, and then gaze over the right shoulder. You can either keep the arm wrapped, or you can hook the elbow outside the right thigh. Gazing out the corner of the right eye. Inhales to lift through the crown of the head. Exhales, draw the belly in, gently deepen. Now turn to look over the left shoulder and release the twist. Unfold the legs. And second side. Left foot over. Then either keep the right leg extended if it feels tight on the hips, or if possible, bend the right knee. Left hand behind the back. Inhale, expand, get length. Exhale, twist across, either wrapping the arm or hooking the elbow. Turn to look over the left shoulder. And then back into the breath. Inhales to expand. Exhales, draw the belly in, rotate. Turn to look over the right shoulder and release the twist. Unfold the legs. Come to sit about halfway up the mat, knees bent, feet on the floor. Extend both arms forward. And now slowly, slowly, roll all the way down onto your back. Once the back of the head touches down, walk the heels in towards your hips until you can just brush the heels. Feet are hip distance apart. On an inhalation, lift the hips and lift the arms overhead. Use the whole breath. And exhale, lower them back down. Nice smooth motion. Again, inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Keep going like this. This time as you exhale, only lower the arms. Keep the hips lifted. Then interlace the hands under the back for Setu Bandha Sharvangasana, the bridge shoulder stand. Walk the shoulders in towards each other. Knees reaching forward. Feet pressing into the mat. Then roll the inner thighs downward. Try to soften through the low back and the glutes. Steady, full breath. Deep inhalation. And next exhalation, release the shoulders and hands. And slowly roll down. Once the hips touch down, let the knees fall together. Bring the hands to the low belly. Feel the low back and sacrum. Soften, release. Front of the pelvis, soft. The gentle rise and fall of the belly with every breath. The body fully alive. And now draw both knees into your chest. And gently rock side to side. Make small circles with the knees. Massage out the low back and sacrum. And come to a still in the center. Release the hands to the floor. Just extend both legs straight up. Just enough effort to keep the legs extended. Pressing up through the ball of the foot. Nice draining effect through the legs. Now bend the knees. Extend the arms out to either side, either bent at the elbows or straight out. And drop both knees over to the right for a twist. Turn to look left, if that feels comfortable for the neck. Now inhale back through center. And as you're ready, drop both knees over to the left. Turn to look right, softening the shoulders. Let the body drop into the shape so the breath moves freely. Inhale back through center. And now knees wide outside the ribs, soles of the feet towards the sky for happy baby pose. Pull down on the feet as you kick into the hands. Try to ground the tailbone and sacrum to traction the low back, making space. Now knees into the chest again. Wrap your arms around the shins. Lift the head and chest. Squeeze everything into a tiny little ball, fully condensed. And then release. And set yourself up for the final posture, Shavasana, the corpse pose. Letting the legs and arms extend long. Legs roll gently outwards. Arms rest with the palms face up, a few inches out from the hips. Make any final adjustments, softening the shoulders towards each other on the back. Tailbone softening towards the heels. And tuck the chin slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. Now as you settle in here, feel the ground underneath you. That's steady, carrying support. And notice the air on your skin, the space above you, around you. And now bring your awareness to your body. Notice any sensations that are there. Maybe there's a sense of release, spaciousness, or any lingering currents. Take a deep inhalation. Let everything expand, become very porous, spacious. And as you exhale, the breath washes down and back, flowing freely. Let yourself be held, simply resting in pure awareness. Begin to deepen the breath again. Feeling the breath move through the body. And start little movements in fingertips and tips of the toes. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. Draw the legs together, stretch long through the center line, especially spreading the back of the body, reaching through the heels. And then bend the knees. Notice which nostril feels more open as you breathe, and roll to the more open side. Then pause on your sides, letting the head rest on the arm. And as you're ready, press your way back up to a seat. Same as we started, find any comfortable way to sit, sitting bones dropping down and back. Then lift up through the crown of the head. Close the eyes. And take a few final deep breaths here. Feeling the expansive quality of the inhalation as the breath moves down. And the softening, dissolving quality of the exhalation as the breath rises up. And know that the breath is always there to help. Whenever you need to remember to uncoil, let it flow through you, becoming unstuck. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. We'll close the practice by chanting Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Allow for the inhalation. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you so much for practicing.